Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is Freemasonry in Pennsylvania Dutch Country by Brother Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, and comes from the July-August 2024 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. Driving the bucolic country roads of Pennsylvania's Lancaster County, with its spacious fields and farms and occasional horse and buggy, does not at once bring Freemasonry to mind. Pennsylvania Dutch country nonetheless holds interest for the Masonic traveler. One of the best examples is that of Wheatland, perhaps better known as the James Buchanan House. This Lancaster stately brick abode was home to U.S. President and Mason James Buchanan. Buchanan served as president from 1857 to 1861, just before the presidency of Abraham Lincoln. Before that, the 15th President of the United States served an ambassadorship in Congress and as U.S. Secretary of State. James Buchanan was initiated in Lancaster's Lodge No. 43 in 1816. The lodge was established in 1785, with its charter members meeting originally in Lancaster taverns or homes. A fervent Freemason, Brother Buchanan served as master of his lodge from 1822 to 1823. In 1824, immediately following his worshipful master term, he became the first district deputy. Brother Buchanan is the only president who remained unmarried during his lifetime. His niece, Harriet Lane, served as First Lady. Despite the highly unusual situation of being a First Lady who was not the wife of a president, she was known for pioneering many of the qualities we associate with U.S. First Ladies today, including a sense of fashion, the hosting of White House parties, and quiet diplomacy. Harriet was a favorite of Queen Victoria during her residence in London, when Brother Buchanan, prior to his presidency, served as ambassador to the court of St. James. Pictures and artifacts at Wheatland chronicle the London life and connections of Ambassador Buchanan and Miss Lane, such as lithographs of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. Nathaniel Gilchrist, past master, the curator of the Albert L. Einoff Museum and Library at the Lancaster Masonic Center, displayed holdings of the library and museum as well as presented lodge rooms. One a blue lodge, the other a red royal arch room. The lodge room intended for craft ceremonies is noticeable in part for symbols of the square in the east, the level in the west, and the plum in the south, all somewhat in the style of the colorful hex signs which Pennsylvania Dutch local lore traditionally held wards off evil spirits. There is a splendid auditorium, prepared during our visit for a ceremony of the Masonic Affiliated Order of the Amaranth. The museum contains original lodge furniture, a George Washington full-sized wooden carving, and recently recovered original papers, including 1798 to 1799 approvals of the earlier lodge building at Marketplace. Documents of President Buchanan's active involvement are displayed in the lodge. As for the library, it boasts more than 1,500 volumes. While visiting Lancaster and recalling its Masonic history and the life and times of Brother Buchanan, one would also do well to visit Amish establishments, such as the Lapp Family Farm, where delicious ice cream is crafted in many flavors by traditional means. Pennsylvania Dutch country, home to the Amish, has, by definition, a certain pious sensibility, and sight and sound theaters, not far from the city of Lancaster, offer dramatic presentations of the lives of biblical figures such as Jesus, Moses, and Daniel. Another favorite location to visit would be Dutch Apple Dinner Theater, in which musicals such as Camelot, Chicago, and Swing are presented. Dutch Apple, as the same might imply, is also known for its delicious Pennsylvania Dutch desserts, including shoe-fly pie, peanut butter pie, and, of course, Dutch apple pie. Children will adore nearby Dutch Wonderland Amusement Park, which has a decided Pennsylvania Dutch aesthetic appeal in its Germanic castle-like entrance. We heartily recommend visiting Pennsylvania Dutch country for its insights into 1800s Freemasonry as well as its cultural window into the American past. Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations for this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.